Hey, morning all. Welcome to the briefing on Thursday the 24th. So this high pressure is just the one that keeps giving. Certainly it'll be like this for the next couple of days, but it's really established right over the top of us now. Very light winds. Pressure's dropped a little bit, which is good news. And I think that's going to sort of destabilize it just slightly. It is going to be a very, very good day today. Not really a lot I can say about that. And I'll just look at tomorrow, where high pressure is still there, but we're beginning to pick up a little bit more of an easterly flow. And then Saturday, a little change. It doesn't look like there's going to be much change until about Tuesday. So Farnborough Taff, as you can imagine, fairly short. Key points: variable 1 knot, really light winds, so could go in any direction today. Like yesterday, it did swing around late in the day, southerly and then southwesterly. Cab okay. Well, all that says is there's no cloud below 5,000 feet. Well, yeah, cloud base is going to be higher than that today, that's for sure. And the upper winds in the centre of the country, they will just be variable all over the place. There's a southerly drift across, the easterly drift across the channel, but I think that won't really be that far inland. Nobody's planning to go down to the coast, I suspect, today. Sat pic shows it's quite clear and temperatures building quite nicely. There's this sort of little bits of cloud, I think, going to linger in North Wales for a few hours. That should clear up and they should have a good day up there as well. But the best area does appear to be in the southern half of the country here, where the temperatures are getting up the most. And temperature wise, this sort of picture looks similar to yesterday, but I think it will perhaps be a fraction warmer than yesterday. BBC was suggesting 20, maybe 21, but certainly even plugging in sort of 18 degrees, 19 degrees into the ascents I've seen give some pretty high cloud bases with the current dew points that we've got. And the dew points the Lasham weather station said it got down to about 5 degrees. Well, other places are saying more like about 3 overnight. So I'm working on dew points of about 4 by the afternoon, and temperatures around the 18, 19 mark. This is the sort of ascent for round the Lasham area at 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. If you work on a dew point here of about 3 or 4 degrees, you're going to see cloud bases about 6,000 feet, cloud tops maybe a little bit higher, about 7, but not that high. Other models show a little bit higher than that. I've certainly seen 2,200 meters on other models. And looking further north, it's a similar sort of picture. Dew points bringing cloud base up to about 6,000 feet here, and cloud tops about the same, 7,000 feet-ish. So pretty good day. If dew points are down at around 2, then you're going to have cloud base at 7,000 feet. So really, really good. They came down a lot further than I thought they would yesterday, hence the high cloud base. Cloud amounts. Meteo are not saying a great deal about large amounts of cloud, but certainly on the actual ascent, you can see the small inversion here. That's about 2,500 meters. So once we break the inversion here at about 13, 14 degrees, it's just going to pop to 5,000 feet plus. And then cloud base will keep going up from there, really. See, there's a little bit of moisture in this area here, which is going to give some cloud, but not large amounts. And as I say, top meteo are sort of showing it popping about 1 o'clock, but 12 o'clock begins to go. And then by 1, 2 o'clock, we've got cumulus everywhere, I think. Certainly around us and right up towards Birmingham. And then it's just coming and going, 1, 2 eighths coming and going all day, really. So it should be a pretty good day. Viz, I think, is not going to be fantastic. It's not be crystal clear, a little bit like yesterday, slightly murky. So thermal heights, I think Tom Eddie is probably right. It'll bubble a bit around sort of 11 o'clock, and then suddenly it'll pop, and away we go. 17 to 1900 meters, 5,000 feet once it really does get going. And then from there, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, they're talking about 2,200, sometimes 2,300 meters in this area around us and all the way up to Birmingham, really. So Oxford and beyond, up around that way, should be pretty good. Yeah, stunning for March, really. And their suggested distance, just for the standard class, is probably 300 to 400k. Certainly, I think 500k should be on for an 80-meter glider. If we can get going by 12 with those sort of high cloud bases. So yeah, pretty good over a reasonable size area. I suspect this is all down to sort of some kind of sea air ingress from the wash. That's perhaps keeping the temperatures down there and reducing the cloud base. So I wouldn't go too far into that area, but should be good into Wales as well. So quite a big area to play with. Okay, good day, folks. It's just going to reach the trigger temperature, and as soon as that takes place, we'll launch everybody. Airspace wise, not really a lot going on of any relevance. All the danger areas here, these three, all they've done is raise the bases up to 20 to 30,000 feet. So obviously active on Salisbury Plain danger area, no timed all day. Number 28 is parachuting all day at Bryce. It's just centered on Bryce itself, up to 8,000 feet. Number 29 and 30 here are just paragliding. And 32 I talked about yesterday, it's aerobatics at Sywell. They're classifying it as an air display. But actually today, my reading of this is it's no timed for every day, but the schedule of days are here. So the 24th, there's nothing scheduled. So as far as I can see, there's nothing there. The next day of activity is the 29th, where they've got activity slots running through the day, and the same on the 31st. Okay, so airspace wise, quite quiet. How are we going to set up today? Well, light and variable winds. We've got two things to contend with. The first one is a sweeper going up and down the runway, and it was supposed to start at 7 o'clock this morning. Didn't turn up till gone 8 o'clock, so they're behind schedule, but we do need that runway swept. So that's going to carry on. We're going to operate a grid from around about the second caravan cutout here going west. We're going to operate on 27 today. So grid here, the cross-country pilots in this area around here. And winching, we're going to have the launch point down here and the winch over here somewhere. As I say, the wind's going to be very, very light. There's no benefit in going either way. Just westerly is downhill for the grid launch. When the sweeper and the jet movements are finished, I'll talk about those in a second, we'll then go back on the runway, but that will be sometime this afternoon. So what I've got jet movement wise, 727 inbound at 11 o'clock, and then an A320 inbound from Gatwick at 12:20, and a 727 outbound at 1 o'clock. They're swapping aircraft basically. So look, the likelihood is that they'll have at least 2 jet movements, probably 3 over the course of most of the morning and into the early afternoon. So we'll stay well clear of the runway. If we do need to aerotow in between, folks, it will be on the grid here. If we've got trial flights or anybody wants to take an aerotow, they'll just stick it on the front of the grid before they launch, and then go. Or okay, so see you out there. We need all the gliders out today. It's going to be a busy day club wise, and hopefully we'll get going fairly swiftly.